So, I guess I should start by saying that I'm not really an expert on this TV series slash movie franchise, but I can say with confidence I at least understood about 1 out of 25 references. I'm a bit concerned though about a lot of it. Like my friend said, this would be a good stand-up TV series, so I went into it with an open mind and a big heart, and immediately within about the first 5-10 minutes I see a dead girl washed up on the shore in a bit of plastic. Now, I don't understand quite why anyone would want to do that. It doesn't make sense to me. But I gotta say, I was very happy later on when I got to meet that wonderful person. I can't quite remember his name. It was like Phil or Paul. Not quite sure. All I remember is that he was talking about a fish in the percolator, and it was wonderful. He's really after my heart. Great man. Now, there's a lot of very intricate things happening throughout the entire show. I'm probably going to end up skipping over most of it, to be honest. I'm not quite sure about what happened. So, try to bear with me on this. Now, we got that happening, and we then meet quite a few other characters. We got a sheriff who tries his best but doesn't really know quite where to go. We got a deputy who seems kind of lack-witted but sometimes gives good ideas. And we got a pretty nice but strange lady sitting behind the desk. I think she's a receptionist slash accountant slash something else. I'm not quite sure, honestly. She answers phones at the very least. But we've also got our wonderful person who is Native American. He's a deputy too, working at the office. He does a good job and has great insight. I mean, he should get a raise, I think. Possibly become this new sheriff. I'm not sure. But he does a great job. Then we got Mr. What's his name again? Cooper, I think. I think they call him Agent Cooper or something. I think he works for the CIA. I'm not sure. But he comes in and he points him in the right direction, I guess. Then, out of nowhere, comes these strange phenomenon that I'm not equipped to handle. We got some man. He seems rather short. He shows up in the dream. There's curtains all around, red. We got fucking the dead girl. She shows up at one point, except she's not. I don't understand that one bit. And then we got that tall dude with the rather well-defined chin, who kind of shows up. I'm not quite sure where he fits into this, but he's there. And yeah, I'm not quite sure. I start hearing shit later on about things like the White Court or something, or Council, maybe Lodge. I'm not sure. And then we got the black version. I'm honestly worried about what they were thinking when they were naming this. I don't think you're supposed to say that anymore. But anyway, let's not get into that. So we got all that going on. And after that, we got quite a few other characters. I guess I could lump them together, but it's hard to do, really. They're all over the place. You got, I guess you could call them the teenage group, which has too many to count, really. I don't know what to say about them. They're all fucking crazy. They got so many damn new hormones and feelings going on, they can't stop to think about a damn thing. But I guess their hearts were in the right place at times, and not in quite a few others, I gotta admit. To be fair, there's one guy that seems like kind of an asshole. I don't know his name. I can't remember. I think he rides a bike. I'm not sure. But there's that guy. Though I guess he has a bit of a right to be an asshole. He's had some tough times, but I don't think enough to warrant the levels I've seen. Then we got what's her name? I'll just call her a blonde lady. Actually, I don't even know if her hair was blonde. It could have been brown. I'm not quite sure at this point. Let's just say a friend to the victim, and she just kind of, she seems a bit two-faced, a bit, but not entirely. The problem is she got that teenager high school love shit going on, and it just muddles everything up. Cause you got the guy I was talking about before with the bike. He was dating the victim. I can't remember her name. She's important somehow. But and then you got the friend of the victim, who is, I guess, in love, but honestly I doubt his love at this point. I haven't seen the whole story yet, though to be honest I kind of skipped the third season. So maybe there's a bit there that would explain that. I'm not sure. But you can just get a lot of bullshit with them. A lot of crazy stuff about the lodges or courts or whatever they are. I'm not sure. Maybe they're like just branches from other things later on. I don't know. But you got all that happening. You got Agent Cooper talking about dreams and like feng shui or something. I'm not sure, honestly. He starts bringing up all sorts of stuff. I think he brings up a tribe in Africa. I'm not sure. Talking about some sort of technique to clear the mind and it'll help you see what you're looking for. I agree with some of those philosophies. They're pretty useful. It really helps to meditate, especially when you're trying to sleep. It really helps you out there. But I don't see how what he was talking about would work. It seems a bit convoluted. Got too much on the mind. I don't see how that would help. But to each their own, I guess. He's a grown man, he can do what he wants. But after all that, we got a bunch of other victims. Got like something to do with the lumber mill or lumberyard. Honestly, I'm not sure if that's the most important part or the least important part at this point. It kind of comes out of nowhere and doesn't have much to do with the main story, but who knows? Maybe it has some deeper meaning later on. I mean, like I said before, I haven't seen the third season, so maybe it comes up again there. Not quite sure. But I kind of hope it does. It has some really neat things going on. A lot of cool characters that I could definitely see myself come to like. Of course, a few that I don't. And of course, the best part is that we come back to that Phil Paul guy. He's pretty cool. Wears a lot of flannel. He's just a real nice guy. Talks nice and slow. Likes to keep everything deliberate if he can. He's a very loving fella. I've gotta say, if I met him in real life, I would love to spend a nice evening with him. Man, make some burgers on the grill and just talk about things. I'm sure he's got some great views on life and politics. But yeah, I gotta say, I would love to see more of that lumber mill conspiracy storyline. It would be great. But I guess after that, we move on to more of the supernatural stuff with some crazy looking guy with long gray hair. He shows up a lot. We got another man with one arm. He like sells shoes or something. I'm not sure. They're related somehow. They go on and talk about it, but I'm not quite sure how. Apparently they got memberships in that Black Lodge. I'm not sure, but they're pretty bad. Then we got a bunch of other crazy shit happening involving deaths, and for some weird reason the therapist of the victim is involved. I don't know why. He has like a coconut with stuff in it. I think a tape. Something about someone getting all like fucked up with drugs and shit. I gotta say, that's deplorable. You should definitely not be doing those, especially the stuff they've been doing. As far as I can tell, they've been doing things like cocaine and, well, marijuana, to be honest, but I don't know about that one. I still have to read up on that one, but anyway, so he's got that talking about like the hand or something. I don't know quite yet, but after all this investigating goes through, we end up with everyone believing in like ghosts and shit and doors to other dimensions, and a bunch of other dreams happen involving the shorter man and the person who looks like the victim but is not the victim. Maybe a cousin or something that shows up, I think, because there was a cousin that looked oddly like the victim, and I don't know how that happened, but good for them, I guess. To each their own. But anyway, all that's happening. Then all of a sudden, there's a turning point where they decide to deal with it. All of a sudden, I think they finally get the information they need, or Cooper's just like, I know where to go now. So he takes a trip to I think the Black Lodge or the White Lodge. I can't remember which one. It's pretty much some like druid trees in a circle, kind of ripping off druidic shit. I'm not sure why. Maybe it dates back to then. Maybe it's even more related to Native American instead of druids. That's probably more accurate thinking about it, but I didn't really have time to think about that before I made this video. But yeah, so he goes inside, gets all spooked in the curtains that are hanging down, keeps running through, seeing weird shit like flashing lights and fucking what's his name, Bill or something, chasing him. You got all sorts of weird shit. You got, I think that short man turned into a electric tree. I don't quite know why, honestly. I think there was like a problem with the actor. Maybe he died or something. I think that's why, honestly, but not quite sure. Maybe it was supposed to be that way in the story. Also, for some weird reason, remember, I think it was my friend Tom telling me that the director was mighty furious because he was kicked out of the project during either the second season or for the movie, and he had to deal with the other director's bullshit after he came back. Not quite sure, but there's definitely a strange change in the direction of the TV series partway through. Anyway, we got Cooper. He gets I honestly don't know what he gets. I think he gets trapped, or they mention something about body snatching. Possibly the originator of the skinwalkers from, I don't know, I think it's in Nevada that you got those Native American tribes believing in those. But that could be the origin of that in that story. Not quite sure. But yeah. Anyway, after that, I'm pretty sure that's as far as I got. Can't remember much. I think I watched like maybe the first episode of the third season. Everyone was grown up. Other than that, though, I didn't see much that was interesting. So guess I'll just end it there with my review of it so far. I'd probably give it a good solid 8 out of 10. Maybe stars or dots. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a pretty good TV series. I just have some trouble understanding quite a bit of it. Probably misrepresents it a lot, but I think it's pretty close to the truth. Anyway, yeah, you should watch it. Thanks for listening. Bye.